Great. Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Jen Tremin, and I am with the Atlanta Beltline Partnership. We are the nonprofit entity for the Atlanta Beltline. So in addition to raising private dollars for Atlanta Beltline Parks and Trails, we also put on programming, kind of like what you're joining us for tonight. So the Fix That Home Repair series is a series of free workshops put on with the Atlanta Tool Bank, Atlanta Land Trust, House Proud, and of course us at the Beltline Partnership to teach you some basic home repair skills to help you save money and be safer inside of your home. We started this series in 2020, covering topics like electrical repair, HVAC maintenance, basic tool usage, a lot of really great topics, and continued it into 2021. If you missed this last month's series or last year, you can see all those recorded workshops at beltline.org/empower. We are really excited tonight to be joined by PRC Services. They're going to teach us all about outdoor preventative maintenance, which is really useful coming into this warmer weather that we're experiencing. So just a couple of housekeeping things before we get into that. We will hear from our partners and then meet PRC Services. We'll watch a quick video that they have prepared for us tonight, and then you'll have a chance to ask all of your burning questions about outdoor maintenance. And I'm really excited to say that one lucky attendee tonight will be winning an Amazon Echo Dot. So stay tuned for an email from me tomorrow to see if you have won. And this is just for our Zoom participants only. So if you're joining on Facebook Live and you want a chance to win next time, make sure you register on Zoom so you can get entered to win. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce Adrian Mulden from Atlanta Land Trust to say hello.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for being on this call with us. Thank you so much to all of the partners and Atlanta Beltline Partnership for putting this together for us. Atlanta Land Trust is a nonprofit in the city of Atlanta that provides affordable housing within close proximity to the Beltline. So if you or anybody else you know is looking for permanent affordable housing, we would love to invite you to our call on Saturday, May 12th, to join us to learn more about affordable housing. I'm going to put it in the chat, but thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Adrian. And Lori, please feel free to introduce yourself and House Proud.
Hey, everyone. I'm Lori Lemansky from House Proud. I want to thank everyone for joining as well. We've been working with the Beltline, and these series have been a great help. I hope you had a chance to see the past ones and stay tuned for the future ones. But we are, for those that don't know, we're a small nonprofit in Atlanta, and we take care of free, no-cost repairs to the seniors and veterans in the Atlanta community. So things like roofing, heating and air, plumbing, those kind of free repairs are available for seniors. So we've got one of our contractors with us tonight from PRC Services that was able to create a video for you to learn about outdoor home maintenance. So I want to introduce you to PRC Services.
Hello, I'm LaShondra Dixon. I am actually a representative that work out in the field with a lot of the services that House Proud shares. We also do, a lot of the things that she brought to your attention that House Proud take care of for seniors. We do that for seniors, but we also do that for any residential homeowner, as well as any commercial businesses as well. We do pretty much a lot from rehabs down to like, a lot of small as door repairs, replacements, up into roofs, HVAC, some plumbing things as well, interior, exterior painting, carpet removal, cleaning and replacement. So a little bit of everything that comes with all that you have to do to take care of your home inside and out. So I will also be putting our information in the chat so that you can reach out to us if it's anything we can ever be of service to any of the attendees. That would be great for us and you. We're a very reliable company that's been in business for 20 plus years. And so just partnering and being able to be a part of what House Proud has done along with Atlanta Beltline Partnership has been great for our company, but yet just has been a great way for us to give back to the community as well. We take pride in making sure that the seniors that House Proud has chosen, we take pride in helping them because a lot of them really don't have any other help other than what House Proud is helping. So we do a good job of just trying to put their minds at ease, knowing that those things will be done at high quality when we're done and finish their jobs. They, House Proud works very closely with us with any problems that they have. So we would definitely put our information and my contact information in the chat for you to have to save for later.
Great, thank you. And we really appreciate your time tonight and everything you put into making the video. So with that, we'll get to the video and think of all of your questions as you watch and just drop those into the Q&A feature, and we'll get to those afterwards. So we will start the video now.
All right. Hi, my name is Dennis, and I'm with PRC Service, and we're working with House of Proud today. I would like to talk to you about a few things about house maintenance and repairs and stuff on the house. And the first thing I want to start off with is the gutters. It's very important to keep your gutters clean, because if you don't keep your gutters clean, the water will overflow the gutters, and then eventually it'll destroy what you call the fascia. That's this piece of board right here. Once once this gets clogged up and dirty, and the water will overflow here, come right here, and it really will destroy this shit. So what you need to do is get your ladder, or if you can climb on top of somebody's shoulders, or however you want to do it. But you have to get in here and take all this stuff out and keep this area clean. And there's one thing that you can get that doesn't come with the gutters is the gutter guards. I might show you a sample of it in a minute, but the main thing is to keep all this dirt and trash out of your gutters so you won't have a water overflow problem and destroy this part of the house and up under here too. And if it's clean, it'll all flow where it's supposed to go down this gutter. Okay, and here's a sample of the gutter guards. Okay, these are the gutter guards, and they go on top of here to keep all the debris and trash out of your gutters. They're very helpful. They're very I don't know if they're inexpensive, but they're good for the gutters. All right, here you go. All right, Rick. All right, I want to talk to you a little bit more about preventative maintenance. This main thing is keeping the house in order is like cleanliness. Cleanliness is pretty much the key to keeping your house okay. Because if you keep everything clean and everything will be working in order. Like over here, you have a lot of cable lines. If you keep these cable lines clean and keep the cobwebs and all the dirt and everything around, you won't have any corrosion around in this area. If you keep your gutters clean, like I was telling you, then you won't have problems with this rotting out. And the siding right here is very important because it is waterproof, but once you get too much damage to water traveling through these pieces, see, this is what they call, it's not hardy board. It's like a plywood / particle board or something. So once the water travels through here, it tends to really mess up real bad. See, like right here, if you can see, it's pretty soft. I could push this with my hand because there's been a lot of water running through here from previous times. So and here's another sample here where you can kind of see, if I can get the cameraman to come over here a little bit, you can see what kind of material it's made out of right here. And it's very soft, so not too much water can, keep, it can withstand a lot of water, but you just want to keep your gutters clean to cause any further damage. And then stuff like this here, the fences and everything, the fence looks good like this, but sooner or later, you're going to have to put some, you got to paint it or do something, because as time goes on, if you don't treat it, weather treat it or whatever, this can eventually rot out and look like this. So this is the reason why you need to get things pressure treated, weatherproof, painted. You have to put some kind of coating on it so this won't happen to your fence. Okay. So now let me walk around this way and see what else we can find to give you some ideas and pointers on preventive maintenance. Okay. Here you have what you call your railing. These are your pickets. And see, if you keep this area here clean, you won't have problems with rotting. And see, water and weather is pretty much a big issue on a lot of damages that are done to the house. So if you keep these areas here clean, then you won't have problems with the wood rotting away. Simple stuff. You can just move it away and keep this area clean, and it won't rot away like that. All right, let's move on down and see what else we can find. All right, now I see another spot here that I could talk to you guys about. Like I said, cleanliness and just keeping things clean away will keep a lot of problems from happening to your house. See, here we have a bird nest. See, birds have been living here, and you have wood here, and eventually this wood will rot out because the more the bird it has, it gets wet, and it causes damage. So you need to get this out, and the simple thing is just sweep it out, pull it out, and it'll last a lot longer. And now I'm gonna take a step back, and I want the cameraman to get a picture on the roof. See, on the roof up here, let me get some more line, Ricky. Okay. See up here, you have in the valley. That's the dip right here is what you call the valley. Whenever you have debris and you have a lot of trees and stuff around, you need to keep those areas clean, because those areas where it's catching all the debris at, eventually the water soaks into the wood and the shingles, and it'll eventually cause a lot of damage. I'm going to go up here and sweep it and show you how easy it is just to sweep it off, and I'll show you what it looks like under that as time goes on. So hang on 1 minute, and I'll be right back. My cameraman is going to take over from here. All right, I'm back. Now, as simple as that was, believe it or not, the little bit of sweeping that I did and cleaning that I just did will cause you years of problems. Or it'll cause you less years of problems. Those couple minutes will save you a whole lot of time and problems later on in the future. Ready? All right, next I would like to talk to you about the importance of, if you have trees around your house, it's very important to cut the limbs back, because the longer the limbs go and the longer they sit on top of the roof, that'll also cause you roof damage. So let's take a walk down this way, and I can show you. This is good, but you see how you have all this debris and everything on your gutters? That's because of the trees are too close. If you cut them back a little further, then you won't have this problem with all these. See, you can see how it's doing now right here. It's getting all in your gutters, and like I said, it's very important to keep your gutters clean, because if you keep your gutters clean, that'll keep the water from overflowing in the wrong places, because all the water needs to flow down this spout right here. But when the gutters are full and dirty and clogged up, the water won't flow properly down these tubes. it will flow. They need to flow down here and here. But if these are clogged up and the gutters are clogged up, water is going to come over to here and in the back and eventually cause damage on this. This is the soffit. Okay, it'll cause damage on the soffit and the fascia and on the siding. So just be sure to cut back your trees away from the house to keep all the debris from clogging up your gutters. And the next thing I would like to talk about is the air conditioning. With the air conditioner, it's very important to keep your area around your air conditioner clean. That keeps your air conditioner operating at its full capacity. If you have debris on the inside or around it, your AC conditioner will not be able to breathe the way it's supposed to breathe and work properly. So just keep note and try to keep this as clean as you can. Here is an example of what you don't need. This will clog up your gutter. The leaves will fall down into the gutter, and so you need to keep these limbs away from the house like I was telling you earlier. And that will cause a lot of problems if you don't take care of it now. One simple solution is just cut it and you won't have any problems for a good while. So, okay, what else? Yeah. All right, here's an example of the water damage that I was telling you about. Once your gutters aren't clean and you're not doing the right preventative maintenance on your home. This here is caused from water damage, debris from trees and everything hitting onto it. So you do not want your house to look like this. So if you do the proper maintenance to your house and home and take care of it along the way, you won't have these kind of problems. All right, the next thing that I would like to talk to you about is your faucets, your outside faucets. And this is only concerning in the wintertime when it's cold. When it's cold, the pipes in your house have water flowing through it. So as temperatures drop, pipes freeze according to the degrees that it freezes. Like I think it's 32 degrees or something. All your pipes will be frozen. And when the main thing that you need to do to protect your faucets on the outside is cover them up. Now, what I'm showing you now is not the proper way to cover them up. This is not my house, where it's someone else's house doing this video, but they have covers that go on these faucets, okay? And what I'm showing you is the outside faucet, okay? They have a styrofoam cover that you get at Home Depot, Lowe's, any hardware store, pretty much. And it's just a cover that covers this to protect this from the cold weather, okay? And that's pretty much all you gotta do. It's very inexpensive. It's a lot of things that you could do as far as property maintenance to take care of your home and keep it at a livable environment, a nice place to be. So thank y'all and have a good day.
Great. Well, I think the moral of the story there is to make sure you clean your home. That seemed to be the answer for a lot of those services. So
Yes,
thank
yes.
you again for that video. I think it was really helpful. So please, folks, enter your questions into the Q&A. I know I have a question of my own, but I don't know. Ricky, you wanted to mention anything before we get started?
No. I mean, just like you say, make sure you're cleaning around your home.
Seems very simple, but I know that could be a challenge for some people. So my question was actually, I know you guys in House Proud, you work with a lot of our aging population or maybe those that are less mobile. So I don't know if you had any suggestions for any of our attendees or maybe any of their family members that might, struggle with getting on their roof and sweeping it off.
It's always some contractors out that just goes around and clean gutters that you may be able to call. Don't have any numbers to anyone, but maybe you can, Google one. But that would be the best because, like I said, I know they are elder and they can't get up on the roof. If you have any kids, I would suggest, maybe asking them to come over to help you out with it.
Yes, there's some friendly neighbors, hopefully, that could.
Yes.
So along those lines, we have a question that says, or asks if you have any recommendations on how to find a company that can trim trees and any advice around making sure they're not price gouging.
Well, yes, I would basically tell everyone, you check out whoever you call out to your home to make sure that it's no price gouging going on. You want to make sure you do some kind of background check on them to make sure that they're licensed, especially when you're dealing with trees to be cut back from your home.
Is there a particular service that you use maybe to find the licensing? I don't know if that exists or not.
Well, just basically searching the web, checking their views and things of that nature.
Sure. All right. So right now,
You want to make sure anybody testing with trees is licensed and insured, you know, because if the tree falls on your house, there's different agencies
Right.
out there. I know you can look up and there's one called.
And then you can always just ask the contractor if they are, and to show their license information so that you're not just going off of word of mouth. They have to prove it to you. So that's not something that we don't have as licensed contractors. You do have a license number that they can present to the homeowners as well. And as far as pricing goes, I think they can go online and just do some, just call more than one contractor to get a gauge of what it would cost, but yet making sure they're licensed.
Good advice for sure. So continue to type in your questions. We did get one that was pre-submitted ahead of time that is a little off topic from the video, but it was a senior and they were asking, they're getting older and they have a bank on the side of their home that's very steep. And if you had any recommendations for maybe affordable steps put in, or maybe a company that could do that, or anyone that they could call just to help them out there.
But they can always call us, and I can, it's free for me to come out to take a look at it. We're also, anytime that a senior vet calls, we will go out and take a look at it at no cost, and at least right direction as to which way they need to go to get it fixed.
That's great. I will certainly introduce you guys after this workshop. She has been a previous attendee, so definitely want to get her the help. All right, another question up. We have a question about wood decks. Are there any options for preventing damage from carpenter bees? That's a good question.
Well, I just built a deck onto my home and they're already eating on the wood. The best thing to do is, like we were saying in the video, you just have to keep it clean. You have to keep it treated. Make sure paint is on that deck at all times. Stain would be the best to stain your deck to make sure that, to keep the bees out.
That is interesting. I didn't know stain could help with bees.
Yeah.
All right, more questions along the wood topic. How frequently do you have to treat wooden things around your property, pergolas, fences, etc.? Is the first treatment at the time of purchase good enough for life?
Not for the life, not the first treatment. And like I say, I would recommend every 5 to 7 years trying to make sure that you get your home painted. With the decks, I would recommend every 3 to 5 years to make sure that stain is on that deck or the fence.
That makes sense. So just give a couple seconds for some questions to come in.
What I did want to say too is, LaShondra and Mr. Ricky go out and they can assess any kind of questions that you have on the home. If there's anything that you need that you're unsure of, if you call through House Proud, they can get out there, come out and assess what's going on. And then if they can't help, we work together to refer different resources. So if we don't know of a resource, we'll check with them and they check with us. If a customer has questions like about the trees or anything else that's going on that one of us can't take care of, we always have resources we can reach out to give them a referral.
That's great. And a good opportunity to plug our next workshop, which is actually with Trees Atlanta, about asking an arborist all their tree questions. So if they can't answer what it is, you can always call House Proud and they know all the companies that are good to work with. And that is on June 30th at 6 p.m. So make sure you guys join us for that. Lots of deck questions today. Very popular topic. I guess because it's deck season, right? We all want to get
time.
Is there any treatment or maintenance on plastic wood decks, quote unquote? Or composite, I guess, too, would be another option.
That's basically the same treatment just making sure that you keep staining and painting on that plastic, because it also will warp. It will, just over time, it will beat up any deck. So you just have to make sure that you keep paint on it.
Keeping things clean. This is just the moral of the story today. Okay, more wood questions. Do you suggest waiting until the pressure treated wood is completely dry, aka the grain is gone, before you seal or paint it?
Yes, definitely. You need to wait until, you put the wood out, and before you put stain or any paint on it. Just let the seasoner hit it. And that will help you a lot to keep that paint on the deck.
It's a good time to do that with this dry heat that we're experiencing before the humidity comes in. So go ahead and get that project knocked off, I think. Okay, so most wooden fences aren't painted. What kind of treatment is non-paint?
Well, like I say, you can get any type of stain, out of your Home Depot or your Lowe's, Sherwin-Williams, that will help prevent the fence from rotting out over, a course of a year or so. So you want to make sure that you get some type of paint on that fence.
Okay. Some questions from Beltline staff. I have asked them to weigh in, and we have some questions on any suggestions for how to keep your windows clean.
Well, depending on what type of windows that you have. If you have the double windows, I just suggest that, double hung windows, you can open the top and the bottom and, clean them that way. But if you have a window that is clouding up, that means you have some type of crack or seal that's broken on that window. And it's called argon gas. It has been released from that gas, and that's why it is clouding up. So if the window is clouding, it's double IG, it's called an IG unit. And if the front or if the inner pane or the outer pane has been cracked or broken, that window is going to cloud up. So you will have to get that replaced.
Okay. I never knew that. Okay, so moving on to driveways. For concrete driveways, anything that they should look for to indicate problematic cracks or damage?
Yeah, you got a lot of companies come out and tell you they can fix those cracks. But I would suggest, you just take that section out and repair that section instead of trying to repair that crack, because it's going to continue over a period of time. It's going to continue to just crack.
Okay.
And a lot of things, another thing that you can look for is just, when you have smaller trees, those trees are going to tend to get bigger. So if it hasn't become a problem and you see the tree root is moving towards the concrete, it might be beneficial to look at that and have that tree removed prior to it getting big enough to tear that concrete slab up, because once it starts, the roots are not going to stop growing. It's just going to take up the concrete slab. So that's one thing to start looking for if you have, trees close to any kind of cement.
Correct.
Makes sense. Alrighty, so next up, any suggestions on how to prevent molds on deck and wood fences?
Mold? No, because like I say, it's no way. The only way you're going to prevent that is you keep pressure washing it. You're going to have to pressure wash, I'll say, probably every 6 months to a year, and make sure you paint it back.
Lots of consistency with the painting for sure.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. What is the best way to divert water from your foundation? Is there another option, better or less expensive than a French drain?
French drain probably is going to be the cheapest. A lot you can dig down maybe an inch or two and add a drain line to the gutter to extend it out from the house to make sure there's no water running directly toward the house from your downspouts. So just add in a extension onto your gutters when the downspouts of your home, and that will help with the drainage.
Okay. All right, let's see. Next up, we have they're looking to replace their siding. Is there any way to verify or test that the contractors made the seals watertight?
Well, no, normally what I would tell anyone that's getting their siding painted, getting that siding changed, just make sure that you have a licensed contractor doing the job, and that they are qualified and good hits. Make sure that they got good hits.
Good suggestions. Okay, so any suggestions on if a neighbor's tree is destroying a driveway? Maybe have a polite conversation with them. I don't know.
That's a tough one because you may want to get that tree down because it's destroying your property, your driveway, but that neighbor may not want her tree or his tree down. So you may have to go through through the county, calling them out to at least try to assist you into getting that tree down.
All right, let's see. For hardy board siding, is there a specific type of caulk that should be used to seal spaces between the boards?
Yes, you can get the caulking at Home Depot or Lowe's is recommended for that. The cracks, the gaps, and the connection of the hardy board. So you could just pretty much use any caulking at Home Depot.
Hopefully easy enough. Okay, let's see. Do you recommend that foam insulation for exterior walls if you have siding? They're worried about the foam getting wet and retaining moisture inside of the wall.
Well, we use a wrap. Normally when we take down the old siding, vinyl siding or whatever we take off the house, Home Depot or Lowe's has a wrap that we wrap their house in. And if you go online and just type in house wrap, and it will come up, and they will see what type of wrap that we use to wrap the home before we do the hardy board siding.
Okay. I like this question. Is there a good environmentally safe alternative to a wooden deck in terms of material? For example, if we want to replace a floating wooden deck, what material could they use that is environmentally friendly or friendlier?
Probably the new decking that they got going now, the plastic, the rubber type decking boards, railings. That would be the best now.
Okay. Let's see. When do you know it's time to replace the roof? That is a great question.
Well, normally you're gonna have 25 years to 30 years shingle, 3 tabs. Architect shingles right now given a lifetime warranty. So I would suggest that any homeowner, if you're replacing your roof, reach out to your one of the local stores that a roofing company, because they are offering lifetime warranty on architect shingles instead of the 25 to 30 year 3-tab shingles. So normally they are lasting 25, 30 years. And if you see that brown spot in the center of your house in this inside, it's leaking. So
hopefully not too late by then.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any suggestions for finding a good person or company to power wash?
To power wash? Well, all of that is up on us as to doing stuff of that nature, power wash and all. We do all of that. And like I say, you can go on your local web and, try to find someone in your area. And like I say, just do a research on them, make sure a good background check on them, and make sure they're reliable people.
Or you can just call me. My information is in that chat, so you can take our information down. We do everything that everybody's already asked: the banks, the steps, the sidings, the pressure washing. We're on it. Just give me a call and we can set a date and time for us to come out and look to see what you have and provide you an estimate.
Perfect, which is exactly why we asked you guys to help us tonight. We knew you covered it all. Okay, we got another question here. So there are lots of big trees in and around the house, which puts a lot of twigs, leaves, seedlings in the gutters. There's always debris on the roof. Does it make sense to put in gutter guards on, in this case, since the debris will still be on top of the guards. Currently have the gutters cleaned at least once a month because there are so many leaves and such.
So they're trying to get they need to try to get some of the limbs cut back over that roof. Normally they have tree guys that climb trees and they will go up and limb that tree up, most of the limbs over the roof. They will limb those limbs back from over the roof.
It's very interesting.
And we do have someone to do that as well. So
you got it all. It's really interesting to watch people climb the trees. It's a fascinating job, in my opinion.
Aaron.
It's terrifying. I live in my parents are from a hurricane place, and I've seen many tall trees be climbed with those little spikes. Okay, any suggestions for keeping birds from making nests on porches and such? And I think preferably a humane way.
Yes, the best way, like I say, once you see a bird hanging out in that spot, normally he's trying to, add a nest there in that location. Just keep an eye on it and make sure that, he's not constantly bringing the pine straw needles up there to make that nest. Just keep a good close eye on that before it becomes a nest.
You can take up bird watching as a hobby in the meantime. So I think that was our last question. I can give it a couple seconds for folks to ask their last minute burning questions. But of course, please feel free to reach out to Ricky or LaShondra. Obviously, they have a wealth of knowledge and things that they can do to help you out. And we just really appreciate you guys taking the time today to answer our questions. I don't know if you have any last minute departing wisdom that you haven't already told us or anything else you want to share about the company.
I would just like to say, part of some of the things that people don't recognize about their homes is that they don't take the time to pay attention to their homes. Walking your home at least 2 to 3 times a week and you got to look for those things. You look for any bird nests, you look for any wasp nest, you look for any, anything deteriorating as far as like the siding. Is there a hole there? Is there a chipmunk going in on the side? But a lot of these things can't be prevented because we can sometimes get wrapped up in life and forget to look at those things. I know for myself, I'm single, so I have to go out and look at those things myself. And as women, sometimes we can get wrapped up in life. Also men, people, we can just get busy and we just feel like because nothing's going wrong, everything's right with our house. And that's when we tend to rack up a lot more dollars, when we can just take our time, walk around, pay attention to the little things that can become big things later.
Very well said. I don't think we could end it on a better note of how to take care of your home, especially these days when we all have so much going on and hopefully brighter days in our future coming out of the pandemic. So again, just thank you so much to you both for your time. It was really great. We learned a lot. You guys are amazing and have great services. So thank you for your time. Thank you attendees for joining us tonight. And I hope to see you all back on June 30th at 6 p.m. We will be chatting with our good friends at the Beltline Trees Atlanta, talking all about trees. So if you have any tree questions or you just want to learn more, please join us. And I hope everyone has an excellent evening and a great Memorial Day. Thank you.
Thank you.